This game sucks.
Second pre-review.
A second. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay, Simon's Quest, second pre-review. So, my first copy of Simon's Quest, I have it right here. I should show it because it's right here. Bam.
Nice.
Beautiful
Very
game.
cool.
Beautiful art. My second copy, because this one stopped working.
Yeah.
Had to burp. It also wasn't working correctly earlier today.
Wow.
And I had to restart my game a few times because it was just like new screen, or like when it was changing from day to night at one point, it just goes. I'm like, uh-oh, that's not good. It's
Oh,
literally
dear.
hung, and so
every time you gotta like flip the thing over, like there's a potential it could freeze.
yeah. So actually, it's, you know what? It might have actually contributed to part of why I've been kind of into it, because suddenly this game, I don't know what
It's
to
tension.
expect. There's
Oh
real
my
tension.
God.
And
Oh my lord.
I'm having to kill myself at the end of whenever I get something or upgrade something, just to make sure
Just
I
to
hang on
save.
to it. The first
Oh my
thing I
God.
did, the third time restarting, I just walked into the water 3 times so I could not have to enter my name again, because it wasn't even saving my name.
That's really funny.
So, but it's funny. I was stubborn again. I tried to go to the left first, but
You can't do it. You can't go to the left first. It's not like Dark Souls where if you're good, you can just go that way. You just can't do it.
I was getting absolutely stomped, and there at
No.
a certain point when I made it to the other side of that lake, almost there, and then just died to the slime monsters. I was like, you know what? I might not be able to go this way on absolutely
No.
nothing.
You're not even gonna get anything cool out of it. Like there's no reason. There's no reason to go that way.
The first time I played, sometimes when I play these, I used to always read the manual first, because I was like, this will help me appreciate the game. But nowadays, I like to get both experiences. I like to go in raw, and then I restart after I've read the manual. So
Okay.
this time, I played around, I tinkered, I explored a little bit, and I actually bought things. I bought the holy water. I upgraded my whip. And at first when I upgraded my whip, I was like, it doesn't look like I did anything. It doesn't look any different. And then I think maybe it's a little
RPG.
longer.
Yeah, you do more damage.
Yeah, no, but it was funny because I knew that in the manual it says, be careful, some people scam you. I was like, man, did I just drop 100 hearts on this and it's a scam?
No,
Like,
it's
did he
not a scam. Well, it is a scam because I skip that whip when I play, but it's not a scam in that you did buy a better whip.
Oh, okay, because I did buy another one after that.
Yeah, that's the one I usually
See,
just get that one
with
first.
the holy water, it was so cool because there's a part in between the first and second town where I'm like, why is this like this? I have to, because I would still explore. I circled back, like there's a skeleton that you can't get to because he's underneath some rocks.
Yeah.
You can use the holy water to get through there. Before I just went around and I was like, this is a dead end. I don't get it.
Man, you're going to get sick of those breakable holy water blocks because they're everywhere.
Oh, really? Well, I
That
thought
is
it was
a
cool.
staple of the game.
I thought it was cool when I found the whip I just got.
Hell yeah.
And one thing about this game too, you're right that it's like, you described it as taking a breath of air, like it's nothing. Like,
Yeah.
I beat the game, but
Exactly.
and I get it. I'm not dying to the enemies. I'm dying to the pits in the water and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's pretty true.
Have you gotten any of Dracula's body parts yet?
No.
Oh, so you haven't even started.
No.
Like, you're nowhere.
You're nowhere, kid. Yeah.
You like literally haven't even started the game. Yeah.
The thing I want to say though, it's gorgeous.
It's a good looking NES game for sure.
Love the way this game looks. I'm particularly impressed by the little moss that is on some of those gray stones.
Yeah.
And just like nighttime and daytime, just that deep dark blue, and Simon standing there in red, and it's just the graphics for the mountains in the background.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I'm really into the way this game looks, the vibe. I the thing is, I rewatched the AVGN episode on it.
Which one? Literally episode 1,
Yes.
or when he revisited it?
The first one. And I also rewatched the Ego Raptor video.
Keep in mind, in AVGN episode 1, he didn't really play the game.
Was it just Mike?
No, it was he used a password to get all the items and just walked to the end.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, there are some things like I'm kind of aware that there's like not really boss fights in this game, and I'm also aware that the big mansions kind of suck and there's nothing in them, and you have to constantly spam the holy water. So that doesn't sound fun.
That's not really a valid complaint.
Oh, it's not?
The holy water spam? No, you don't have to do that.
Oh.
I don't have to do that. I mean, yes, there are a few hidden pits in some of the mansions, but like, there's not enough, and it's not enough of a setback for you to constantly need to do it.
Okay.
And also, you can kind of tell from where the skeletons are walking. It's like, hey, they're not walking over those blocks.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
You can kind of gamer sense your way around them. You don't need to be spamming holy water everywhere. That's just a James Rolfism.
Well,
That's
This game is so interesting to me because people say this about a lot of games, but this one really is polarizing. People feel a certain type of way about this game at the end of the day. And like Hungry Garaya, for example, I think it's her favorite game she's played for the NES.
She's very wrong.
But yeah, like
that is strictly a contrarian take. That is literally just everybody doesn't like it, so I'm gonna like it.
You think so? You don't trust her?
Yes, I don't.
I do. I think she's being genuine. Also, Prolifeed 101, that one guy who has some good reviews that I showed you at one point.
Yeah, I remember him.
He doesn't think the game's amazing, and he would even rank it as the worst of the original 3, but he replays it the most, and he enjoys it.
It's pretty snackable. Like, as I said, I've played through it 1,000,000 times, yet it didn't make my top 100.
You know, the thing is, though, Castlevania 1 is extremely snackable.
Yeah, I'd say so. That game is way better than 2.
Like, sometimes I just get the itch. I'm like, I think I'll beat Castlevania tonight.
Yeah.
It's just.
I think 3 has replaced that for me, like, ever since I got good at it. But that one is, like, a higher, you gotta learn more. So less people are into that one.
Dude, Castlevania 3 is probably in, like, my top 6 most anticipated Retro Odyssey reviews.
That game is amazing.
I am so
And I didn't like it. I was one of those people who preferred 1 to it just because I had never learned 3. Like, I knew 1. I could, if 1 felt comfy, I could sneak in and beat it in like an hour and feel good. But 3 was like, I've never actually finished it, and it's hard, and it's weird, and but no, it's amazing. So.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
As you should be.
It's one of those games that, like, it's tough to wait for. Another one of those is Mother 1 for me. I'm fascinated with that game.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure you'll like it, but okay.
One of them's coming up, Dragon Quest 3. I've heard so many things about this game, and that one's really soon. But you know what's funny is the one that pulls at me a little bit more is Dragon Quest 4, and that's a little bit away.
That's probably my favorite Dragon Quest. I love that game.
Happy Console Gamer sold me on that game a decade ago, and I still haven't played it, and I'm really looking forward to it. He always talks about how, like, he always liked 4. He wasn't sure what it was, but he really liked 4.
I mean, the sensation of, you know the gimmick, right? Is anything a spoiler?
Yeah, everything aside from this would be a spoiler. I know that you play as 4 different characters, and then you eventually meet up.
Okay, I won't say anything else.
Please don't. Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't ruin it for me. I'm not very sensitive to spoilers as a person. But,
no, but I just won't tell. If you don't know, you don't need to know it.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool. It's cool that I don't know for a lot of these games.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the twist is.
Cool.
What's another game I'm really looking forward to? I've heard a ton about Metal Storm.
That's a good one, yeah.
And it seems really, really fun.
One of my first videos was on Metal Storm, like in the first year or so.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing all the Mega Mans. Never played one. So I'm really excited. I've dabbled in Mega Man 1, and I loved what I played. This was back in like 2016, 2015. Really excited because people say that's like the worst one. And so it's like, well, dang.
I don't remember why, but the first time Meatball and I hung out, we played through Mega Man 1, and I don't remember why we did that. We just did.
Well, it's kind of a badass game. I love the music.
It is
already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have a shirt when I was in middle school that had all the robots on Mega Man 1.
Oh yeah.
It was just like in a circle.
You know what song I like from that game that I don't hear people talk about is the title theme.
I can't even think of what it is. Oh, it's okay, I guess. I guess.
It's just a good loop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
So
pre-review number 2. I guess let's go ahead and give it a.
Let me tack on my bullshit to the end of this.
Let's do it.
I got some shit to add. So
I've got something to say.
Well, I mean, I got something to say.
Oh, you know what's cute? Check this out.
What?
Here's my Castlevania game. Look at this little like doily thing. It's a skull.
Did that come with it?
No, it didn't.
Oh.
I just think it's neat.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
All right, what did you have to say?
Well, I mean, we were complaining about saving and like having to restart. I actually realized playing, because I've been playing through Shining Force 3 on the Saturn.
Yes, you have.
And it made me realize 2 things. One, the internal save on my Saturn does not work.
Oh.
Cannot save anything to it.
Well, that sucks.
And 2, it made me realize that I had never actually played a game that required saving on my Saturn. I had never like played through an adventure game or anything like that. Everything I played was like arcade style.
Yeah, they have
like,
a lot of arcade.
I never noticed. I never noticed that I couldn't save to my Saturn. So I had to learn how my because luckily I do have a cartridge that like lets me save to it.
Excellent.
And I had to learn how that worked. Because there's 3 different switches on it, and I had to like try and figure out what configuration actually lets me save. So I replayed the intro cutscene to Shining Force 3 probably like 6 or 7 times before I figured out how to save, because the only way to check it was to like reset the Saturn and see if it actually saved that time.
Yeah.
And most of the time, well, until I figured it out, it didn't work. So, and it's a long intro too. It's like a bunch of like dudes in a room just
like
talking
hour.
for like, it's not an hour. It's like, it feels like an hour. It's probably more like 3 minutes of just dudes
not the
talking.
Type of thing you want to repeat.
Yeah, it's just like dudes talking for like 3 minutes, and I'm just mashing the button, and then it's like you get to walk out of the building, and then it takes like a minute to walk to the church so you can save.
Well, we're just a couple dudes talking.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Are you guys fast forwarding? Do you watch this on 1.5 or 2x speed? Let us know. In the comments.
Yeah, just watch it on 2x speed, whatever. I don't care. I won't be offended. So yeah, I had to replay the intro to Shining Force 3 a bajillion times, which sucks because I replayed the intro like past that because I didn't notice my first session that it wasn't saving until I had already done like a few battles.
Yeah.
I was like 3 or 4 battles in, and then I reset it and noticed it didn't save, and had to like troubleshoot that. So my first run was the most thorough, where I got all the items and talked to all the people and did all the shit. And every other run was just like meat and potatoes, just get to where I'm fucking going. Exactly. Yeah. So I missed out on probably a bunch of items that don't matter in the beginning of that game. I'm pretty far into it now. I've probably almost 30 hours, and I'm nearing the end of the first disc. As
you
they
told
say.
me you thought it was going to take till the end of this year to beat this game.
What do you know about Shining Force 3? Do you know anything about it?
Nothing.
Okay, so in Japan, it was actually like a Pokemon trio. It was 3 games. It was 3 different games that were the same story from a different character's perspective, 3 different ways.
Okay.
And they only localized one of them in America. Huh. So we only got one scenario, but there are fan translations of the other 2.
Typical of the Saturn.
So yeah, and this was one of the last Saturn games too. Like this, like they put this out and they're like, all right, we're done. No more fucking Saturn games. It's all Dreamcast, even though that's not coming for 2 more years. So they were just, it's like Sega legitimately just like fucking gave up. Like in America, they gave up. In Japan, it kind of went all the way up until the Dreamcast came out, and then they quickly squashed it. Yeah. But in America, they were just like, no, this thing's fucking dead. Like a year in, they're just like, nope, done.
You know, I've been mentioning the Xbox on how I want to get that 360. The other console I've been really pining for lately is a Dreamcast.
The white? Oh, a Dreamcast, huh? Yeah. I need to get back into mine, because what happened is I did the SD card mod, and then I never wanted to play it ever again.
Well,
it kind of ruined it for me.
Have you seen that people are actually hooking up their Dreamcasts and actually playing Phantasy Star Online to this day?
Yeah, I've known about that my whole life, but I've never gotten into Phantasy Star Online. I'm not an MMO guy, so I don't know.
Well, neither
about
am I.
that.
Well, maybe we should dip our toe in.
Yeah, maybe. There was something wrong with mine. I had to like troubleshoot. I think that's why I just don't play it anymore.
The other issue with the Dreamcast, though, is that all the cool ones are outrageously expensive.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't think any of them are cool. Like, you get the black one, which isn't that cool.
Have you seen the
You
Hello
get the
Kitty
regular one? I've never seen a Hello Kitty one. No, I've never heard of that.
There's two. There's a translucent blue Hello Kitty one and a translucent pink Hello Kitty one. Both are gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I wasn't done talking about Shining Force 3. So, yeah, I had... What's cool, though, and I didn't know about this until even after I'd started the game, that in Japan, if you sent proof of purchase to Sega that you bought all 3 versions, they actually sent you a 4th one for free, which is like supposedly some like extra battles at the end. It's like it's supposed to like bring it all together at the end.
Nice.
And also has like an art book or some shit. I don't know. I haven't checked that disc out yet, nor do I know if you can even access anything unless you have a save file for all 3 scenarios, so I don't know. Hopefully I don't run into any conflicts with my cartridge. Hopefully I could actually have room to save 3 games.
Hopefully.
Because that's something wrong with the Shining Force CD is that the game is 2 like built into one. It's 2 books, like book 1 and book 2, but they're completely separate campaigns in Shining Force CD. That's the Sega CD one. And there was not enough memory on the Sega CD to actually have 2 save files for this game.
Okay.
And the only way to play book 3 is to finish book 1 and 2 and have a save file for book 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. So you had to have a cartridge with like a save on that, because you could buy a cartridge you could save to, and also like a save on the system, and that was like the only way you could do it.
Uh-oh.
But when it comes together, book 3 of Shining Force 3, like book 3 of Shining Force CD are my favorite battles in all of Shining Force so far.
Okay.
Unless 3 one-ups at some point. So I would say I don't know if it's worth it because the games are kind of long. Both campaigns are like 20-something hours, so it's like...
I like long games, personally.
It's a fucking commitment, though. Like, when I see one, it's like, yeah, that's gonna be my life forever. Oh, well.
I like to take my time, and I like long games.
Well, the thing is with Shining Force is it's like 3 long games. It's like 3 30-plus hour games, so I'm gonna be playing that for the rest of my life.
You played Final Fantasy VII, or sorry.
Yeah,
Dragon Quest VII, though.
Yeah, I have.
And that game's like 100 hours plus.
Oh, yeah, that game is ridiculous. They didn't know when to quit with that one. That was just... They just kept tacking shit on.
You're right, though, that I feel like for some reason one game like that is a little bit more appealing than it's separated over 3 games and they're all around the same length and stuff.
What's really funny about Dragon Quest VII is that the first 70 to 80 hours are just like preamble, and then the game starts, and then it's like a real Dragon Quest game for 30 hours.
Okay, well, that's not something I was aware of. I thought it was just totally really different the whole time.
Well, no, not really, because it's like you're slowly unlocking all the islands for like for the first like 70 to 80 hours, and there's so many goddamn islands.
I haven't played
and then
it
you
in
get
like
through all the scenarios, and it's like, okay, now we can finally play the game. Mm-hmm. now the story can actually start.
That's kind of badass, honestly.
It is. Like it's a good payoff once you get through all that stuff.
No, I've been enjoying the 3DS one.
Yeah, it's a good remaster, I'd say.
I got to jump back in though. It's been a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, that was complaints about saving.
And
Shall pedantic.
Wait, wasn't this was all part of the Simon's Quest?
Yeah, this was all part of that. Yeah. Okay.
Classic.
Like and subscribe, everybody.